have to bring people into my home.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see if this works now.
Especially if they're people I've never worked with before.
Mm-hmm.
So far, my business has been 100% referrals.
Yeah.
So, like, it's all people I know.
That's cool.
Oh, dear.
There we go.
There we
Okay.
go.
Sorry.
Okay, you caught us. You got us
So we're
chatting
just
and
talking along, and
Good
Let me-
thing we weren't talking smack about it.
I do not know what happened there. Let me give you the technician response as to what exactly happened. That we had no audio before. Oh.
Actually, it was a very dramatic event. So Randy doesn't like to talk about it, but the house is actually haunted.
yeah.
And there's a ghost by the name of Rebecca Jones. And she's still mourning the loss of her child and lover in a murder-suicide. The baby murdered her husband and then killed itself in the bathtub. And it gets really mad. Rebecca gets mad whenever there's audio because it reminds her of the things that she used to be able to hear. So that pretty much explains everything.
Wow,
That works.
that's a bigger line of crap than I usually string along. So
Just here for entertainment value, Randy.
There's a song in there. There's a song in there.
Rebecca Jones, why are you ruining my online radio?
let's see. So I am putting up the post so that everybody will know that we're back on the air. Yeah, I think with sound, this might be a better show. I just have a suspicion.
Then again, maybe not.
You know, you never can tell. I think there are some shows that they'd work better if nobody could hear us. Sorry about that, guys. Don't know what was going on, but I am getting the messages up so everybody will see this and be able to get back on.
Oh, hey, okay.
Yeah.
Hot dog.
Now, one of the really cool things about the YouTube versus the Facebook Live is with the YouTube Live, it's a couple of seconds delay. It's a really short delay where we'd have to wait like over a minute to actually see what we just said come across. So this helps a lot. I just put the ads back up, so hopefully everybody will find us again. Just to go through real quickly what we were talking about that nobody heard a thing of. Radio New Mexico is a done deal as of today. This will be the last show on Radio New Mexico, tied in with them. We are shutting down Radio New Mexico and reforming as Enchantment Broadcasting. Not a big difference. We talked a little bit about stupid stuff. Get down to the basics, get us caught up real quick, since this killed about an hour. We didn't realize that we weren't on the air. I had a friend of mine, Stuart, that I thought he might have been calling about some sort of political thing. No, it was about this. He was watching this and got no signal. Yeah. And then, of course, Xander messaged at the same time.
Thank you for all our friends.
Yeah, thank you for letting us know.
Invested in the show.
Yeah, this is the only thing. This is the thing that I don't care for, and maybe there's a way to do that. Is to be able to see an audio link. So you can see the signal coming through, but I don't see anything visual on the screen for the YouTube Live where we can tell that. So basically, we normally I'm very anal, and I pull up YouTube and check it myself, and I didn't do it this week. I just assumed it was working right. Never assume. Really bad thing.
Yeah,
but yeah. So the big thing with Radio New Mexico is it was supposed to be a for-profit station. Well, not for profit. It was supposed to be, I think it was specifically going to be considered non-profit, but was going to be bringing in money. So we're just going to forego that. We're going to have advertisers on here. We're going to be bringing in some money to maintain. This gets a little bit expensive. Are you watching yourself on the camera?
My mom's like, oh, I see you. I hear you.
Yes.
So I'm sorry. I was like, hi, Mom.
Yeah,
for profit.
Yes,
I'm listening. For profit. Radio New Mexico is supposed to be for profit.
So we will have some people that are sponsoring the station at some point. I've talked to some people, and The big things is going to be the fact that with it being under Enchantment Broadcasting, and we'll be sending links to everybody. If you're on the Facebook page, you're going to get an invitation the next day or two to join the new Facebook page, the new YouTube. You want to go on the YouTube, you want to click the subscribe and the bell and then the all notifications, so you will get notified right there. You don't have to worry about me posting something on Facebook. You'll actually get a notification through YouTube as soon as the video starts every week. And not just every week, because we're going to have other shows. We were talking about open mic has been going on tomorrow.
Yeah.
It's been an amazing open mic. We're going to start videoing and doing good audio. With the cameras that we have, we can actually run audio through the camera, so we'll get the audio from the board that they're using. So the sound should be good. The video should be good. Video will be better on this once I figure out what the settings are on this. Thank you so much, Xander, for he gave some specifics so I can take a look and see what that is. I just can't do it right now. Not a whole lot of time. Wanted to
He
get
just
us on the
says
air.
pieces of the alphabet. That's like a majority of the time. He's just like, "Hey, your LMNOP is off the QRT." I'm like, "Oh, okay, XYZ," and he's like, "Yeah," and I'm like, "Okay, yeah, LMNOP, got you."
And the
Yeah.
funny thing is, I know what he's talking
QRS,
about.
yeah.
So yeah, so we'll work on that. We're going to be doing it from our lovely studio here. Most of the time. We also have the ability, once it gets a little bit warmer, we could do it outside, especially if we have a larger group of performers. So we're looking at different things as we go along.
If artists are interested on coming on the show, who should they
Absolutely.
contact? What should they do?
You can message on the video for the YouTube videos. You can also email at enchantmentbroadcasting@gmail.com.
Ooh, that's got a nice ring.
It's
to it.
official.
See, we were going to be Enchantment Radio. I like the idea of enchantment because it's still a New Mexico thing, but it's not quite as slammy in the face.
That's right.
But we tried to do Enchantment Radio. Enchantment Radio was actually taken. So instead of trying to put a bunch of numbers after it, I just played around and found Enchantment Broadcasting, and that sounds better.
Yeah.
It
Oh, it
covers a
sounds
lot
more
more than just one
official.
thing. Yeah.
Sounds official.
So yeah, we're gonna have some stuff going on. I'm talking to Tim Horrigan about doing a show on Irish history, culture, music, how it ties in with culture around the world. Every country has Irishmen. There's a hiking song called the Pub Song, where they talk about no matter where you go in the world, you're going to find an Irish pub, and it's true everywhere. So we're looking at that. That'll be a semi-regular show as he's able to do it. His work schedule allowing.
Yeah, he's the one that always corrects me because I don't know very many Irish sayings. Because as we were talking about last week,
Yeah.
all of my knowledge on Ireland, or at least at the time, I've been educated since, was from the movie The Boondock Saints. But I kept saying "top of the morning" to you, top of the morning. And Tim's like, people don't really.
No.
They don't. Nobody Irish actually says that though, and I'm like top of the morning, and it didn't stop me.
So that's why you kept coming in and putting a gun to the back of my head and making me get on my knees, and you would recite the rosary.
Oh, that's way too dark of a joke.
Yeah, it's too dark of a joke, and if you haven't seen the movie, you're not going to get it either. So
It's way too dark of a joke. But yeah, that's a reference to the movie for anybody who's calling the police. Like,
yeah, Boondock Saints is not the be all end all of Irish culture. In fact, it's not even the start of it. But
it's a good piece though.
There's a wonderful YouTube channel called the Try Channel. That it's set in Ireland, and it's a bunch of Irish people that they're running the channel, and they're also doing stuff like they'll try different foods, different drinks, fun stuff. And they did one where they were actually watching Boondock Saints, and they're like, "Oh my God!" Even Billy Connolly, who is Irish, I think he's Scottish. His accent was horrible. So they're just like, "Oh man!" Even the guy that's Irish adjacent wasn't even close. But yeah, we're going to go into a little bit of that because we got some good feedback from that show, and there is so much to go into with that culture. And of course, anybody that's interested in doing a show, holler at us as well. Once again, it is enchantmentbroadcasting@gmail.com. and let us know what you think. Of course, when we're live because of YouTube, we've got the chat here. I do
Mhm.
see that Daisy's mom is saying hi.
That's right. That's right.
I
That's back when we were doing the waving and stuff.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So it's just-
I got to talk to her at Tim's little soiree this weekend that the Daisy played at. Did a really good job. You even did some Irish songs that you hadn't tried before.
yeah. I mean, to not break away from my mom, my parents are incredibly interesting people.
Uh-huh.
My dad's very loud, and my mom's loud too, but in a less
In a
obvious
different way, yeah.
So I always try to explain my mom to people. I'm like, have you ever seen the movie Legally Blonde? Based off a true story. And that is my mother's story. In a nutshell, she was a model turned lawyer.
Oh,
Yeah.
Jeez.
that's great.
She's
She
a neat
hates it when
lady.
she's going to be
Yeah.
mad at me for saying that.
Oh.
That's always how.
Oh well. She invented the bend and snap. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Oh boy. Now,
That was the
That's where he
takeaway.
now we're both
That
in
was the
trouble.
takeaway. Next time you see her, she's gonna be like, "Hey, Randy."
Well,
I caught the show this week.
she came up to me at the party, or I came up to her. I don't know what happened, and she told me says I see you every week, and it took me a minute. I was like, what? I'm
In your
I'm
house,
racking
in
my
your
brain.
bed
I was
while
like,
you're
oh
sleeping.
yeah, that's right, yeah.
Yeah, sorry. On the show.
On the show, yeah. And I'm not waking up with this feeling like somebody was in the house watching me or anything. Nothing like that.
So all my
But-
jokes are really weird this morning. I apologize.
But yeah, she's a regular fan of the show,
That's
and
right.
she's been, of course, she's going to be a fan of yours, and she's going to be very positive. But
Mhm.
she's been she said some really nice positive things about me that's been real encouraging. So
She just commented, "Truth is truth." I like her already.
Yeah.
oh, you would adore her. She is such a blast.
Mhm.
Yeah, we talked a little bit, and we all ate so much good food, and listened to some really good performances.
Mhm.
Daisy, you did a couple of Irish songs that we actually played on the show here, and you did them.
Yeah,
One
because
was-
Tim requested some of these songs, so I dusted some of them. I played for his birthday party like a year or two ago,
Oh, okay.
pre-COVID, and yeah, so he requested that I do them at the protest.
Uh-huh.
So
yeah, we don't get in trouble if we call it a protest instead of a party.
Yeah.
it was fun. Yeah, Henry Joy is what the song's called. The band's called Goach. We listened to it last week, and it's a beautiful, beautiful tune.
Oh yeah.
And I had fun trying to match her inflection.
And you even did a Flogging Molly song.
I always do it.
I love that.
Robbie was calling me out. This is Tim's son.
Well, he didn't hear you the first time.
Yeah, because I came to the protest wearing a Flogging Molly jersey.
Mhm.
And Robbie called me out, and he's like, "Okay, play a Flogging Molly song," and I only know one, so like, play any other Flogging Molly song. I'm like, I only know if I ever leave this world alive. It's the only one I know how to play. So
There you go. Well, hey,
Yeah.
it is what it is.
I
Do you know how few people out here even know who Flogging Molly is? So you're way ahead of the game.
know all of the people who know Flogging Molly. Then
I think you do.
everybody I know, yeah.
I think you do. Yeah.
So I'm at the House of Blues in Austin. And it was awesome. Of course, I love the House of Blues.
Mhm.
So
That's a great place. That was the one in L. I've been to the one in LA. That's fun.
that's just I don't know. It's a great performance. I feel like the size is perfect,
Yeah.
and I don't know. You're free to walk around. It's not very pretentious,
Mm.
you know.
Yeah.
So I was at it all the time, and when I lived in Orlando, I had a friend that worked there, so she was always smuggling me in for free shows.
Mm.
So I had a good time.
I have a T-shirt from House of Blues in Austin. Does that count?
Yes.
That's almost like being there.
Yeah.
My sister lives in Round Rock, just outside of Austin, and I've been out there once. My dad wants me to go next time they go out because Then he'd have a bar buddy to go listen to some of the bands that play locally. Of course, they haven't been playing for the last year, but everything's pretty well opened up over there. So the bands are getting back in. Bands are getting in here as well. We had nothing going on. And then we had Amaro Winery open up.
Yeah.
We had a little bit of stuff going on at New Mexico Vintage.
Hmm.
And here in the last several weeks, things have started exploding as more
Yeah.
places have been opening up. Of course, there's been other places that have been doing music as they can that never did before. Ruby Tuesdays, where you've played.
Yeah.
Uh,
When the pandemic first locked, or when music first started coming back,
mhm.
but very restrictive.
Yeah,
Ruby
they started
Tuesday.
having tents out in the parking lots.
When outdoor dining was
Yeah.
first a thing.
Yeah.
Ruby Tuesday, they had a musician there every night of the week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I played on a Tuesday night there, and I was
Oh,
like, wow, okay.
And that tent
Yeah.
gave them such a good
Yeah.
atmosphere for that sort of a thing. It worked really well.
yeah.
Even Dick's Cafe, which is a greasy spoon
Yeah.
burger place here in town, they built a patio on front of their building.
It's outstanding too.
It's very cool.
Yeah. We went out
Played
and
there
caught-
last Sunday.
Yeah, we went out and caught
Yeah.
Chris Baker there a couple months ago, and I was like,
Mhm.
wow, this is really cool.
Yeah,
Got nice shade and
Yeah.
and whatnot.
Yeah.
it's a nice little setup.
It is.
So
More
Yeah.
and more. And the really cool thing is that all these places are opening up. It's one thing to have a lot of places offer music, but there are so many musicians to fill those spots.
yes,
So that's really cool.
Yeah.
So
now
Booming.
yeah.
the cool thing with the lockdown and all is that you didn't have a bunch of places doing music.
Mhm.
And that hasn't been good for the musicians, hasn't been good for the businesses,
No.
but it has been good for something else, as in the musicians in this town tend to be friends, tend to get along with each other, but don't get to see each other, don't get to hang out, because when one's playing, they can't support them because chances are they're playing somewhere else.
Yeah.
So you actually got a time period there, look at the silver lining, I guess, where you had musicians able to be out at one event.
Mhm.
So that was kind of neat. That's fading out a little bit as things go on. Although I noticed that with the open mic at Amaro on Saturdays, there's a bunch of musicians that are just coming
Yeah.
out there regular. Some of them, they come out and then they go to do whatever gig they've got later on, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, there was a couple of times where guys had to go in. They were telling Dwight, well, if I'm Dwight Dixon who runs it, they're telling him, well, I can play, but you kind of have to get me in quick because I got to get over to play my own gig. And I'm like, why are you here?
Yeah.
Yeah, that
All
was
these
really
guys are
cool that they were
dedicated.
doing that.
When I have a gig on Saturday,
Yeah.
that's all I focus on.
Well, yeah, like this Saturday, you'll be at Amaro Winery running open
That's
mic,
right.
correct?
It'll be me in
Yeah.
the MF rhythm section.
Yeah. And at noon on Saturday, I'll be at NM Vintage. And even my nail spot, like I blocked off the whole, I'm not even taking clients that whole day because I'm playing from noon to 3.
Yeah.
So I'm like, forget it.
Just so that you have the time, because you have the actual playing time
Yeah.
itself, but then you also have, you need to be there an hour early to set up,
Yes.
make sure your sound's working and all that stuff.
Oh yeah.
Before that, you gotta make sure you look pretty,
Yeah.
and there's
Oh,
get
no.
your
I
merch together.
Oh,
yeah.
BJ always looks
Looking
pretty.
thing. Yeah, no. I
Cannons.
don't do the pretty thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, my wife couldn't understand at first. Like, I started for one of the first times I played. I said, well, I start at 6, so I got to be there at 5. She's like, why?
Mhm.
I have to set up. How long does it take? About 20, 30 minutes.
Mhm.
Well, then what are you gonna do? Sit, relax, and because
Yeah.
long time ago, I remember
Or problem solve if
Yeah,
nothing's working.
exactly. You have time to fix
We-
something, but
We don't know anything about having problems when you go to
Oh,
to
man.
start broadcasting or playing or anything like
because you
that.
could set everything up the day before in your house, whatever, and then you get there and one little thing goes wrong.
You never know where the power is going to be.
Exactly.
If it's the first time you're playing there. It's a
Oh,
whole different
When I was in a years ago, I keep going back to this, but yeah, back in late 80s, early 90s, I was in a cabaret show, and our sound, we had 2 people that ran the sound, and it was a nightmare every time we did a remote show. Every time we went out and did a show somewhere else, it was a nightmare because power.
Mhm.
cables weren't long enough. You'd have to inevitably, it was like run to the store.
Yeah,
Come
to
back.
grab some
So it was
things.
like, no matter what, it was never you prepared enough. So that's why in my car I have a bag of stuff that I might need, and then the bag of stuff that I do need, because
Yeah.
there's like
Yeah.
25-foot electrical extension cord. Then I have a 100-foot extension cord
Yes.
just in case.
Yep.
And I've got the power strip that's like 900 joules, and it has all these. I only need 2, but I have
Just to-
10.
You never know.
Exactly.
Yeah, you
It's
never
always a good idea.
know.
Yeah, doing my mobile DJ, the same sort of thing. I have
Right.
I have at least an extra for every piece of equipment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm carrying double the amount of stuff I have minimum. And of course, doing mobile stuff, and I do a bunch of car shows. When we have car shows, you want to talk about carrying extension cords?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I carry close to 1,000 feet of extension cord, just in case.
We did a show at a park one time. Now our show had a lot of costume changes. Every number had, people make, I made like 10 costume changes throughout the show. And we did a show for this big festival at a park. Our dressing room was literally 100 feet away. So we come off the stage, we're all running back and forth. We were exhausted by the end of that show.
Oh yeah,
It was like, so you never know what's going to happen.
Oh my gosh.
yeah. And of course,
Nice.
there's some shows that you might do where you're playing music and you happen to have a DJ there with you that,
Mhm.
unbeknownst to you, is recording you every time you play, and then giving you a little bootleg CD.
Yeah.
Well, that's always nice.
Yeah.
That's always a nice
You've made it.
surprise. Yeah, we've done one gig together.
Yeah.
We've done one gig
It was
together.
fun.
It was fun.
And
That was a fun
the
night.
best thing was when I hand you the CD after the fact, and you had no idea.
Yeah.
I'd been recording you all the time with my high end recorder, and basically handers, I basically told you that you really haven't made it until you got a bootleg. Well, you got your first bootleg.
And I got my first boot leg.
Your first bootleg.
Like, I don't know what I was about to say, but it wasn't going to be
It's
good.
still early.
Which is
So,
great, because you
yeah.
did some songs I'd never heard before. So that was fun.
I don't even remember.
The big one was, and I haven't heard. I think I've heard you do it once since. Was you did Wichita Lineman,
Wichita Lineman.
Glenn Campbell.
Oh, I think I did Gentle on My Mind, but I don't.
Was it?
think
Oh, it was Gentle on My
it was
Mind.
Gentle on My
Yeah,
Mind. That one's one of my set regulars. Yeah.
it's very cool.
That's one of my favorite love songs of all time.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very, very tolerant love song. It's like,
Mhm.
I don't know when I'll be back or if I'm going to see you again, but I'm thinking about you.
Yeah.
So thanks for loving me anyway, even though I'm kind of never around. Appreciate you. And I'm like, wouldn't it be great to find a love like that somewhere?
Wouldn't it? Yeah. Well.
Yeah. Whenever you want to come back, there's a sleeping bag behind my couch. So
I found
always welcome.
I found half of that
Aw.
relationship where you just leave, you just don't ever come back.
Yeah, there you
So there is that.
It's got to be fond thoughts, though. That's
Yes.
the key.
So we've got a bunch of stuff that is going on this week. This
Yeah.
is the big week for music out here,
Yes.
because we've got the Mesilla Music Fest going on.
Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Yeah,
Sunday.
And locations all over Mesilla Valley.
all over the
Oh,
place.
yeah.
So on Saturday at 5 p.m. at Salute, this is in no particular order.
Yeah.
Callista is going to be playing. Love her.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And we kind of went over this once before, but this is definitely worth bringing up because there's so much cool stuff. Yeah, so Callista is playing. Then we have on Saturday, the 27th,
The 27th.
5 p.m. No, sorry, that's Callista. Okay, it's gonna be one of these days. Okay, where's this? This didn't come up before. Okay, that's just the overall one. Never mind.
Yeah.
That's not important.
Yeah.
Okay. Saturday, March 27th at Salute at 11 a.m. is going to be Abby and Kevin.
Oh, they're great. You need
Yeah.
to go see them.
Mm.
They're great.
Let's see. Then we have, I don't know who this is. Friday. Friday at 5:30 at NM Vintage Wines, Chris Baker and MF Rhythm Band. I've kind of heard the name
Yeah.
somewhere.
May have heard them once or twice.
They're
It's
awesome.
vaguely familiar.
They are very awesome.
They are quite
Yeah.
adequate.
they're great individually. They're also really, really cool together. I got to talk to Dave this weekend, and I think we need to get him on the show.
That'd be cool.
Oh my gosh, he would love that.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
He would
Yeah.
love that. Yeah.
And we've had Tim on the show. I think it'd be cool to have Dave and tell him that we expect him to play some solo stuff on the drums for us.
Oh yeah, that'd be awesome. You all need to hear this, and I'll have to keep my peanut gallery. Nah, I
Yeah,
don't
it's not
promise
gonna happen.
anything.
It's not gonna
Nah, I
happen.
don't promise anything.
Promise nothing.
Nah.
Friday, 5 p.m. is going to be Dallas Dave Ochoa playing at. It got moved. It's now at the Mesilla
Dallas.
Plaza.
It's pronounced Dallas.
Dallas.
Actually, it's Dallas, but
Yeah, I have a funny story about name mispronunciation. I realized that came from my wife, and it's a HIPAA issue, so I can't actually tell the story. Yeah, it's a good story.
I had a guy in high school that in sophomore year his last name was Roberts. Well, then all of a sudden, somehow in the junior year, it became Robert.
Robert.
Like,
Oh yeah,
dude, it's Robert.
it's Robert. Yeah. Saturday at noon at Don Felix Cafe, C.L. Smith is going to be playing.
Yeah.
C.L. Smith, among other things, the lead singer for Rockabilly Strangers. Awesome guy. I could have worn my Rockabilly Strangers t-shirt today if I'd thought about it. Salud de Mesilla on Friday at 5. Scott Jasmine. There's tons of these.
Yeah.
Don Felix on Friday at 5:30 is going to be Guitar Slam.
Yes. I'm
I
so there.
I can tell you're going to be there for that
I'm
one.
So there.
And here's a neat thing. Bunch of different artists, a bunch of different types of music.
Yeah.
It'll fit your taste somewhere along the way.
Just roll down your window, start driving around, and when you hear something that grabs you, pull over.
Yeah.
That's what you got to do.
That's
'Cause,
right.
Now, Daisy, you'll be playing
Dry Point Distillers on Friday.
On Friday.
at what time?
At I
believe-
like 5:30.
Anybody knows.
Duh.
Yeah, I believe you're
I'll totally
5:30.
be there at 5:30 because I'm like really sure of when my shows are. So be there at 5:30 at Dry
Yeah.
Point Distillers on Friday. So
Yeah.
Cool.
And
that's what I have to say about that.
yeah, and Saturday at Dry Point also. Yesterday Sable is going to be playing at 5:30 on that day.
No doubt, no doubt, no
So,
doubt, no doubt.
yeah,
my
it's-
boy.
it's
Now, if
pretty
you want to go
awesome.
to the, I think it's Experience Mesilla
Mhm.
on Facebook, you can get the whole list of everybody that's going to be out there.
Yeah, type in Experience
Yeah.
Mesilla Music Fest.
That's it.
and
My
it'll
mom
take
is
you there.
always asking. She's like, "You guys cover so much, but I don't ever see any of this stuff anywhere."
Yeah.
No,
Mm,
you really don't.
yeah.
I know that Daniel Sanchez got his butt chewed by a friend of mine
Mhm.
because he would put stuff up like the day before
Oh, yeah.
when he was going to be performing, and so he started doing a thing on Instagram where he puts up like at least the whole week worth of stuff.
Mhm.
Sometimes he's putting up a whole month.
Mm,
And that's why he's doing that.
See, I've gotten lazy because I've done that too.
Mhm.
I did this really nice flyer for March, and after I did that, I'm like, and I'm done. So everybody
covered
just
a
check
month.
that one piece of paper.
Callista's playing at DH Las Combs on Friday at 5:30. Who else? Tanner Houston is at Mesilla Plaza Sunday 3:30.
Mm,
Tanner's kind of cool.
he is. I don't think I've seen that dude in a minute.
mm,
Let's see. TJM is playing at La Posta on Friday at 5:30. That's his show. It's not part of the fest. Of course, Daisy Blue is going to be at Amaro on Sunday.
That's right.
Yeah,
mm,
2 to
I just figured
5.
just make a whole weekend out of
Yeah.
Yeah.
Amaro.
You know, if
You
you're going to
can.
spend a weekend at a winery,
Yeah.
that's the one to be at, as far as I'm concerned.
It's, yeah.
I discovered I'm not a big wine person, although I did discover their ambrosia, which I love.
Yeah, it's really good.
But I got introduced this past 2 weeks ago to their milk stout, and
Mm.
unfortunately, I got exposed to a lot of it. More than I realized until it was too late. And I got up and played, and I think I was okay, but I'm not sure. I don't know what I sounded like because I couldn't really focus.
It's one of those times you're like, hey, did I play my guitar well? Bro, you didn't even have a guitar.
You know what?
What?
Let's see. Friday, 5:30, Spotted Dog Brewery. Deming Fusiliers are going to be playing there.
Mm.
I'm kind of curious because I've never heard them. So let's see. Mesilla Plaza, Saturday at 3:30. Christopher Smith Escarquez. I completely screwed
Who?
this name up now. Escarcega?
Escargo.
Escargo? Yeah.
Escargo. Bongiorno.
Wow.
We're going to be hearing from him in a minute.
We're going to be hearing from him.
Ah, nah, he loves me. He thinks I'm funny. Or at least he says he does. So, no, I
and-
love that guy. And he's like the nicest guy in the world, too.
And we're going to be hitting up all these people to come on the show and then
Yeah.
some.
Escargega is actually how you say it.
This guy we won't be hitting up to come on the show. In Vintage Market on Saturday at 11 a.m. is BJ Ramirez.
Yep.
Why would we hit him up? He's here every week.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You can't. They're gonna ask me not to come.
We
Like, we're not going to hit
Yeah.
anybody,
Yeah.
guys.
we kind of
Oh, we're gonna be nice.
You're going to spread COVID that way.
we got you.
That's why you don't fight.
Saturday at 11 a.m. at the Bean, Tom Foster Morris.
Ah.
Yeah, we don't normally have this many. Remember when we
this
sit there and say, "Well, we have this person playing here and this person playing here." That's it.
That's it.
Yeah.
It's exploded and it's wonderful.
Oh,
It's so good.
Sunday, 11 a.m. Hacienda de Mesilla, Acoustic Algorithm.
Oh, there we go.
Mm.
They're awesome.
Mhm.
Luna Rosa Winery. This is Saturday at 5:30. James Cordova is going to be playing over there. Oh man, Friday at 6. CL Smith is going to be playing at the Blue Moon Bar.
No.
I got to go out there and here recently, and wow,
Yeah, it's a neat
it
place.
was nice.
It's a neat place.
They have changed everything.
Yeah.
The outside is gorgeous. The inside is completely redone. They took out the old bar and put in one. They basically got a bunch of wood strips from whiskey barrels, and the bar is made from that.
That's cool.
So it's a
Yeah,
cool look.
It looked really neat when I was there a couple weeks ago.
Neil McGowan is playing at Rio Grande Winery on Friday at 5 p.m. Love Neil McGowan.
Mm.
I'm a country guy anyway, and he's just amazing to listen to. Here's another music fest. Jim Carlisle is going to be playing Sunday at 11 a.m. at NM Vintage Wines. Callista is going to be at Rio Grande Winery on Sunday at 4. I wish we'll do a better job. I'll do a better job soon of getting all this out, so it's more, hey, this day these people are playing. This day these people are playing. It's kind of like I
There's
just
so
got everything kind of
much.
mission.
I don't
Yeah,
even know
there's so
how
many.
it's-
Yeah,
how
you
you should put the
can-
link. You should put the link to the main page, and then you look and you see.
can do
It's
the
amazing to
research.
see how many. I think it's 40 different places.
Oh, it's tons. And the thing is, I'm not even listening. This isn't just all the music fest. It's other
Yeah.
people doing stuff that's not part of Music Fest.
Yeah.
Jamie O'Hara is going to be at Amaro Winery Friday at 6.
Mm.
And Jamie's a nutcase. He's definitely a little bit out of his mind, and he's fun.
He
Travis
would not
Manning.
deny it either.
Yeah. Travis Manning's playing at La Posta de Mesilla on Friday at 5:30. Jessica Flores is playing at Rio Grande Winery on Saturday at 4. Rio Grande Winery has been doing very
Yeah.
well.
Bumping.
They changed out and have new ownership,
Mhm.
and they've been doing well. Let's see, Don Felix Cafe Sunday at 2, Alameda, August. I got to get out there. I just got to get out there.
They have music out on Spotify and all digital streaming platforms.
Oh yeah,
So go listen to their album Smiles Left Behind.
they're awesome. They're very awesome. Luna Rosa on Sunday at 5:30. Daniel Sanchez is going to be playing over there, and he'll play just about anything. He's very cool. Let's see. The two of us will be playing at Don Felix on Sunday at 10 a.m. And that is a band. It's not me and somebody else. It's not like the big joke about Yeah, what should we get your kid for his birthday? Well, he likes music. Why don't you get him some music by you too? Us? No. Daniel Sanchez is playing at the Icebox on Saturday at 5. The Icebox
Yay.
is doing music again.
Yes, awesome.
This is the Picacho Icebox.
That's
Love that.
great.
I'm so happy.
Yeah.
And the other Icebox, Boneyard Cantina, is going to have Catfish Fry Blues Saturday at 6. Let's see. Nowhere Man is playing at Amador Patio and Bar and Grill Friday at 6:30. Live music at the Peak Friday at 6:30 with Champagne Problems. I didn't know you could have champagne problems. I wouldn't mind having a few champagne problems.
Mm-hmm.
Sunday, part of the Music Fest at N&M Vintage Wines, Fanny Pack Bravadas.
Okay.
I don't even care who they are. I just want to hear them
The
because of that
Fanny
name.
Pack Brothers, that's Skeevy and Isaac.
Is it?
Yeah,
Okay,
Yeah,
then I
those are the-
definitely they're awesome.
those are the Fanny Pack Brothers.
Okay, that makes sense. Love Skeevy. I love Isaac. He's a blast. Let's see. And I think that's about all that's going on here locally. Josefina's Old Gate on Friday. Christopher Smith is playing out there. I'm not saying his last name again. Sunday, Footprints Duet is going to be playing. I will be nice and not get all nerdy. Oh, here's one more. The Two of Us is playing at Don Felix on Sunday at 10 a.m. And I know that this is not all the stuff for the Music Fest. Like I say, you want to go check out their Facebook page. They'll have everything up there. There is so much. Oh, if you, while we're looking at this music, don't forget that it's also, we're also coming up on Easter. Today, starting at 11:30 until 1:30, Las Cruces Easter Egg Hunt, drive-through style. 2355 Nevada Avenue, hosted by Tots Early Intervention and Day One Home Visiting. All their details say is join us for a free, fun Easter parade with Tots and Day One. Just drive by and we'll hand out goodie bags. That makes it a lot easier. You don't have to worry about finding all the eggs or dealing with the smell 6 months later. I don't think they use real eggs, but still. That's kind of a cool thing. So that's today, 2355 Nevada Avenue here in town. And town is Las Cruces, New Mexico. If anybody's listening here and you're not in Las Cruces, don't go to your Nevada street because you won't find them. And if you do, that's just an awesome coincidence.
Yeah.
So that's where we're sitting. One of the things that your mom told me that she loved about this show was listing out all the music stuff. So we're going to keep doing that.
Absolutely.
So if I can plug one more thing.
Of course.
So my dad's show is on April 2nd. That's Papa Blue. He will be playing with the MFB. It'll be the MFBBB. MFBBB. Yeah. So, because we got Papa Blue, we got Daisy Blue, and then we got Baker. So we got the Blue, Baker, McKellar, Ferris, but it's MFBBB. Anyway, it's going to be at Vintage Wines. And I plugged this because I was up late last night trying to get my e-commerce site up and running. So if you want some merch, it won't be ready for the show, but you could actually go on there and order some stuff. I had some really cool things done with my dad's picture on it. I got some Daisy Blue stuff on there. So if you go to daisybluemusic.com and click on the merch link, or if you go to abidingblueproductionsllc.com, there's access to the merchandise link too. So this is something I'm like, oh, I've been working so long to finally make this happen. So I'm really excited about these t-shirts. So if you're going to come, like, the Papa Blue shirts will be posted probably by the end of today. But everything else is already on there. So go check it out.
Cool. Very cool.
Yeah.
I was like, I know that I've seen that show. Why isn't it coming up on my list? Oh yeah. I'm just looking at stuff. Everything I just mentioned
this weekend. That was all just this
Yeah.
weekend. Yeah. That's the following weekend. We should have him on the show next week.
We can do that.
Yeah. Or we should
It'll be
have
the new
Elvis
show.
on the show.
Yeah, he can't come on this show because this show won't exist. It'll be the new show, which will be
We
the
should
same
have him
show.
on Enchantment.
Yeah.
broadcasting. Then, yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Yeah, that would be fun.
That would be.
That would be fun.
Cool.
And I think we just have your mom on too.
Yeah.
Oh God,
Just to
yes.
sit here and chat with us.
I don't think she would.
So tell me stories about Daisy as a kid. The more embarrassing, the better.
Mm.
And just hand her the microphone.
She would be embarrassed because she'd be like, I had 5 children. And that was the last kid that I had. So vaguely aware of what the childhood was. So it was all my other siblings were such a freaking zoozaster
Yeah.
that I kind of flew under the radar.
You're saying you were the good kid.
Yeah, it's absolutely what I'm saying. Yeah.
Oh.
I was the good one.
Came out with a
Still
halo.
am. Yeah,
Mm.
came out with a halo.
Mhm.
Yep. mhm. Never caused any trouble ever, ever, ever.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I didn't rebel until I was 25.
Wow.
So
That's
Weeks.
a real late bloomer.
no, that was a solid joke, my friend.
That was good.
That
Only
was a
because I
solid
had, when we lived in Missouri, we had a house, we had 4 kids, and they were all teenagers. Yeah, that was not fun.
joke.
Yeah.
The Bible doesn't say how old Satan was when he defied and betrayed God, but in my house, we were guessing 15.
Oh,
Because
that's
all of them
actually
were at their worst at
hilarious.
15. Let me tell you, my oldest daughter, I still tell her how she, what are we going to do for my sweet 16 when I turn it? What are we going to do? I'm like,
Ugh.
let's see if you make it that far.
It's 16, yeah.
And then when she goes, you didn't plan a party for my sweet 16. I said, really? Didn't think you were going to make it?
We had other plans.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
involved a shovel and concrete. So
It's a huge yard in the back, remember? I thought, man, I could get a really good tax break. Just get the state of Missouri to designate my house as an insane asylum. They'd have done it.
Let me know how that pans out because
Yeah.
I might apply for that too.
oh yeah.
And now my daughters have a daughter of their own, and we just sit back and watch. It's so much fun.
Oh,
Being
yeah.
a grandparent is the best.
Well, you know that number one curse.
Oh, and it happened.
Uh-huh. May you have a kid that does everything you did.
My youngest daughter actually called us one day and said, remember, Mom, when you said I'm going to have a child that's worse than me? Well, you were right.
Never pray for patience.
Exactly.
There's only one way to get it.
Yep.
Okay. Well,
But yeah, we have to stay at like talking about what's going to happen this weekend because there's so many things. So
There's
each
so
week
much.
we'll just cover that week
yes.
because yeah, it's exploding now. There are places that didn't have music before, BC, before COVID,
Mhm.
and now they are,
Oh my goodness.
and they're huge. So yeah.
There is a comment from your mom. I could tell a story or two.
Yeah, I saw that. I
That's
ignored
what we're
that.
counting
And
on.
you ignored it, didn't you?
Yeah, I'm actually now thinking. I'm like, there are some stories I'd be mortified if she told,
Ooh.
and those would be the ones that she would jump to.
See, and here's the only thing that
Think of
holds
childhood
me back
pets.
from doing that is the fact I could see you getting a hold of my mom to come on the show to do the same to me, just in revenge.
Okay, just keep that in mind.
Yeah.
Just keep that in mind.
My mom's in Dallas, so I'm safe.
There's always Skype, dude. And
So-
Zoom.
Okay, so BJ's sitting here with some music on this music stand. Is that on
Yeah.
purpose or is that just like,
Just in case. I always
just
have
in
to-
case?
Just in case. I think we need some music since it's
Yeah,
the last show as is.
Oh,
We need some music.
it's funny how I pick some. Whoops.
Oh,
funny how I pick
dear.
some of these songs too.
Oh my goodness.
Today is gonna be the day that they're gonna throw it back to you. By now, you should have somehow realized what you gotta do. And I don't believe that anybody feels the way I do about it now. Backbeat, the word is on the street that the fire in your heart is out. I'm sure you heard it all before, but you never really had a doubt. And I don't believe that anybody feels the way I do about it now. And all the roads we have to walk are winding, and all the lights that lead us there are blinding. There are many things that I would like to say to you, but I don't know how. 'Cause maybe you're gonna be the one that saves me. And after all, you're my wonderwall. Today was gonna be the day, but they'll never throw it back to you. By now, you should have somehow realized what you're not to do. And I don't believe that anybody feels the way I do about it now. And all the roads we have to walk are winding, and all the lights that lead us there are blinding. There are many things that I would like to say to you, but I don't know how. 'Cause maybe you're gonna be the one that saves me. And after all, you're my wonderwall. Yeah.
Dude.
Yay!
One of those songs I really didn't pay much attention to when it first came out, and then I started putting songs together, and it's like, oh, that song actually is kind of cool.
Wonderful. Yeah.
I have people that I know that there's people from high school that listen to some of the songs that I do, and they're like, oh, you hated that song in school. Yeah, I know, but
Yeah.
I feel like that's one of those staple songs when you first learn the guitar.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Wonderwall's one of them.
It's like when you become a band, you have to do Paranoid. It's the law.
Oh
In
Yeah.
LA, if you're a rock band, you learn Paranoid. You had to.
well, yes. At the very least.
And I used to introduce to the show, go, okay, now we're going to do Paranoid because it's the law.
Yeah.
Now, anybody who you could tell who the musicians were in the audience because they look up, yeah, dude.
Everybody knows.
Oh man. Well, we have two musicians here,
Yes.
and somebody was asked by her mom to play something last week.
That's right.
Yeah,
Money and mine are his.
we can do either way. They're
mind
both
if I
tuned.
play
Yeah.
because it's closer and I have less tripping.
Oh, you're not getting up either way. We're gonna hand you a guitar.
So here's a little song I wrote. Actually, it's not.
No.
I need Tim here to introduce like the backstory, right? Just making sure.
There you go.
Yeah. Another head hangs slowly, time is slowly taken, and the violence causes silence. Who are we mistaken? But you see, it's not me, it's not my family. In your head, they are crying. Their tanks and their bombs and their bombs and their guns. In your head, they are crying. What's in your head? In your head, zombie, zombie, zombie. What's in your head? In your head, zombie, zombie, zombie.
this broken heart is taking over, and the violence causes silence. Who are we mistaken? It's the same old thing since 1960. In your head, they're still fighting with their tanks and their bombs and their bombs and their guns. In your head, they're dying. What's in your head? In your head, zombie, zombie, zombie. What's in your head? In your head, zombie, zombie, zombie.
Very nice.
Yay! That was a request from my mom
Awesome.
That's a great song.
last week. Yeah, the cranberries.
Yeah.
The cranberries. So I do have a new one. I don't know
Cool.
if I'm gonna. Sorry,
Yeah.
I should. Now that you got the guitar in my hand, I'm
There
like,
you go.
Yeah.
I do have a new one. I haven't played it very much. It's a much more serious toned.
Uh-oh.
I wrote the hook years ago, and I feel like we are having this conversation that sometimes it takes years to write a song.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Let's.
I think we're gonna have that conversation regularly,
Yeah.
over and over again, because it seems to be kind of it's one of those things that's it's a basic truth.
Yeah. See what we got. We got 20 minutes left of the show.
Yeah.
Yeah. got time.
Do we
Go
got
ahead.
time?
Absolutely. Go
Do
ahead.
we got time?
Yeah.
Here, I'll put my earphones on for this one. Did it sound okay, the last one?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
We got good sound in this room.
Yeah.
Okay. So here's a new one. Oh, wait. So now that I put my headphones on, now I'm adjusting a little bit more.
I've been told all my life, in the dark there's a light. Try to see the best in this. Hard times, frozen spine. Is it a lie? Heart ain't broke, it's even try. Tell me, where do you find yourself in the darkest times? Tell me, where do you go when the night is dark and there's nobody home? She says to me, he found his peace. This time it come to leave. It's up to me. Do I believe in death or victory? The Father, Son, so is one. Will I be overcome? Tell me, where do you find yourself in the darkest times? Tell me, where do you go when the night is dark and there's nobody home? Tell me, where do you hide yourself in the darkest times? Tell me, where do you go when the night is dark and there's nobody home? Ooh, is it the bottom of a bottle in the middle of the Bible, down on your knees, begging Jesus, please give in to your rival. Listen to the devil, question who's a friend, who's an enemy. Lives have died, truth is won before this all begun. Resonating words, it has been done. Can I believe if I choose defeat? The answer's in me. Tell me, where do you find yourself in the darkest times? Tell me, where do you go when the night is dark and there's nobody home? Tell me, where do you hide yourself in the darkest times? Tell me, where do you go when the night is dark and there's nobody home?
Nice.
Oh man,
I like that.
Thank
I like
you.
that a lot.
I like that.
Thank you.
Very cool.
Wow.
Yeah,
It's inspiring.
Thank you.
you need to do more new music as it comes
Yeah.
out, because damn.
That was
Thank you.
good. That was really good.
Yeah, but like I said, that one took me a long time to write. I knew what I wanted it to be about because I had the hook. I had the "Tell me where do you go,"
Right.
That's cool.
and I wanted it to be about like the darkest places that you go and how you get out of them.
Yeah.
And I didn't know how to finish writing that song because I'm like, I don't know. I don't know. But the answer that I came up with, that I finished the song with, is that nobody can get you out of that dark place except for you.
I've
Yeah.
been there.
Yeah. Nobody can get
Definitely.
you out of the dark place except for
Oh,
you.
yeah.
And there's no easy way to do it. And there's no answer, but it has to be you. So
And sometimes it just takes a little while to get all that in place. I've actually written a song that's mostly complete. I've played it. Daisy, you may not remember this. You saw the title of it when I first wrote out the title. I had a page with just the title. You came up and had lunch with me, and we talked about stuff for the show. This was 2019.
yeah.
And it was just a title on a page, and that's all it was for the longest time. And now it's everything except for one verse. It's a finished song, which is kind of cool.
That is kind of cool, man. When do we get to hear? Have you played it at open mic?
I have, yeah. 100 miles from now. No, you haven't heard it. You weren't there for those.
100 miles from now.
Yeah.
That's a strong title. I like that.
I love the title, and I had nothing else except that I kind of wanted to get the hell out of Dodge. And yeah, it basically just kind of formed finally. So yeah, you never know how long it's going to take. You hang on to everything you write. You never know when it's going to turn into something.
Yeah, I mean, I have two different spaces that I have two different space. I just heard myself say that, and I'm like, oh, if I was listening to me, I'd go. Because I write for myself as an artist, and then so it's just like feelings that I need to deal with in a poetic way, and then I have a different space where I'm just like, there's a need for a song, so let me sit down and write it, and those are fun too.
Yeah,
I'm like, but the songs that are for like me, I have no timeline on,
right?
You know, because I would definitely push, if you're a songwriter, like you need to be writing all the time. I'm like, yeah,
absolutely. Yeah.
And I agree with that. I'm like, but if there's a song that you want to take time with, I'm like, hopefully you can set your own deadline for that.
Yeah, and even if it's not a song that you're writing, you need to write regularly.
Yeah,
It really
even if
is
something else that just comes out.
There really is no wrong way to write a song. I mean, when you get the song you want, whether it took you 10 minutes or 10 years, if it turns out the way you wanted it, you did it right.
Yeah.
So,
well, like you
that's
started
fine.
the show off today, "Don't Worry, Be Happy."
Yeah.
That's still a song.
Don't worry, be happy.
I want to get into something real quick. A friend of the show, Paulter Kimball, has been posting because
Hey!
he is hiking.
Yeah.
He is on the Appalachian Trail starting on the 12th of this month.
Did they get reception up there? Like,
yes.
Wow.
He's been putting up pictures. He's got his whole camping gear, and it's gorgeous up there. Yeah, sitting out there in the Chattahoochee National Forest where he started, posting stuff like 5-star accommodations, no travel pay, but the view is nice. Kind of wish Johnny Moss was with me on this hill. 40% of folks quit at this point. That was March 15th.
Mhm.
March 16th, I just hiked 20 miles in brutal Georgian rain, met a bunch of new friends, broke a bunch of gear, randomly got most of it replaced by a magic roving outfitter man who went by the name of Jerry and had been bestowed a trail name. Today was a good day for ketchup.
Wow.
Nice.
Yeah, and some of these pictures are just gorgeous.
Just put a link to that.
2 days ago, he wrote, says, these last couple of weeks have been a whirlwind. My eyes have seen so many beautiful wild places, and my heart has been warmed by so many friends, old and new. This guy being one of them, Palter among the cypress trees. Okay, this is actually Laura Mengen that posted this on his page, and it shows him sitting in this boat. I mean, it's very
Wow.
Oh,
That
that's
is absolutely
that's like
beautiful up there.
Instagram boyfriend level,
yeah.
yeah.
you know, where you see the girl in her hands always like holding her boyfriend's hand, you know?
Yes.
and it's the boyfriend's view.
Yeah.
You know?
Last night he wrote, "I'm feckin' exhausted." We can get away with saying that. But I've 3 songs, really 1 full one and 2 halfway ones written in less than 2 weeks. And I'm a good 120 miles in, passed into North Carolina and not stopping anytime soon.
Wow.
And this is what he's been doing.
Yeah.
So he's been hiking the Appalachian Trail, and he's going to make it all the way from one end to the other.
Mhm.
And he's writing while he's out there. That's pretty awesome.
There you go.
That's beautiful.
So he finishes up. We need to get him back on the show and see what he
Yeah.
wrote.
Yeah, that'd be great to see him again.
He's a blast.
Yeah.
Bigger nerd than I realized.
Yeah, he'll do for Geek Day.
Yes.
Oh dear.
Oh,
I still have
That's my bad.
chills
you
from
were a
that
little
there.
traumatized. Yeah, that was
Oh
not
my gosh.
expected.
I thought it was going to balance out. You had, Paul on one side, and then Trevor and Randy, and then it was all 3 of them.
Yeah, he turned out to be nerdier than us
Oh,
in
man.
several ways. So, but Palter is a blast.
Yes.
Amazing musician. I've watched him play that banjo, and I cannot tell what he's doing. I can see his hands moving.
Yeah.
I can't see what he's doing.
Mhm.
Just amazing, and he carries all his instruments with him. Tons
Yeah.
of stuff. That little mini trumpet.
That was
Yeah,
amazing.
that he pulls out of his coat.
Yeah, I guess-
Yeah.
you know?
So we wish him the best as he's on the trail. I hope he's being safe, and
Yeah.
and we'll see him when he gets done.
That'd be great.
That's going to be an awesome thing that he'll have done, and a nice little experience to keep in his head. So
Into the wild.
in his head, and he's not a zombie.
There you go. Yeah.
But by the end of it,
see
he
what
might
you
be.
did there.
Oh,
yeah.
man.
See what you did.
I remember when I asked him how long is because he talked about this trip. He said he was going to hike, and I'm thinking, okay, I've done
You've hiked.
hikes, to
Uh-huh.
Dripping Springs and stuff. And then I
Yeah.
said so, and he started talking. The more he talked, I went, "How long is this going to take you?" He goes, "About 6 months." And I think a look on my face was like,
That's not
"Why?"
a hike.
Yeah.
That's a journey.
It's like whenever somebody says, "Well, I went on a 5-mile run," like take the car; it'd be a lot faster.
Yeah.
So and we'll keep in touch. We'll
Yeah.
keep in tune with what he's doing because, man, it's just awesome where he's at and what he's doing. That's neat. I was going to do that, but since he's doing it, I don't want to be a copycat. So,
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
You got to give people their space.
Yeah.
as you can tell from our video, I'm in such great shape. Uh,
Flex.
by the way, some of this is actually shirt that's
yeah.
loose. So yeah.
The way I put it, you could donate my body to science fiction.
Ah, I really need like a little snare.
I have somebody tell me I need to get in shape. I just tell them, hey, eggplant is a shape.
It is a
It
shape.
is.
It is a shape. I came this morning. I'm back on my health and wellness kick, and
Yes.
I come in this morning, and Randy has all these like cinnamon deliciousness sitting here, and I'm like,
Cinnamon rolls on a table. It's
Well,
usually
yeah.
said, like, great.
Of course.
Hey, I thought we were good last week because I had several people telling me after the show that we should open that bottle of Bushmills and been drinking during the show. And I'm like, the show started at 8 a.m.
Yeah. It
And your
was
point
St.
being?
Patrick's Day.
Come on.
It was St. Patrick's Day.
Do you want to destroy your whole day? That'll do it.
There you go. And some of you are like, yep,
Uh-huh.
yep, no qualms.
And I have done that. I took a day after I no longer have my day job, and I took
Mhm.
a day and I couldn't feel my face for most of it.
I can't feel my face when I'm alone, and I hate it. I
Well,
just got really sad.
Yeah.
there
I
are,
just got really sad.
let me just say that there are times that I drink alone, all by myself. Whenever I drink alone, I prefer to be by myself.
myself.
There
Yeah.
you go.
Ain't nobody else. Yeah.
Man, oh, George Thorogood. Sorry,
Just in case. you
little
didn't
tick
get it.
there. By the way, I was looking at the Facebook show from last week, and they do catch most of the music. They only caught 2 of the songs that were mentioned on the show. I thought that was kind of interesting.
They only caught them.
Yeah. This show will never be monetized, no matter what happens as far as, through Facebook.
Mhm.
It just will not happen.
Oh, it got flagged, you mean?
Because we get flagged, and
Yeah.
it's not like they're pulling it or anything. We're just not allowed to monetize when we do this, and yeah. So yeah, they caught the Jim McCann song "Grace."
Mhm.
They caught "Rattling Bog" by the Irish Descendants, which you were just completely traumatized.
I was
by.
really over it. It was too long, and the joke wasn't that funny.
And it was way fast. But actually, the other one, the Henry Joy, didn't get tagged.
Yeah.
So that
I
was
think
weird.
it's a smaller group, so I think they're
Yeah.
less known.
And I think that may be
It's a beautiful song, though.
that may also be a what you call it, public domain song as well. I'm not sure.
Oh,
Depends on the timing and all. But yeah, we're not going to worry about monetizing through Facebook the Roundtable show, because we want our musicians to be able to come on and play whatever they want. And like this one's going to get tagged.
Yeah.
They'll list out, and they put it out just in the comments, in the description. They'll list out the songs and all the information,
mhm,
which I think is awesome.
mhm.
And still let us do that. Have our
Mhm.
performers come on and do this or whatever we need to do, and I think that's a neat thing. So of course we are looking at sponsors for the show and for other shows. So we will be bringing in people that we believe in, mainly local people more than anything. I'm not saying that we won't have Shave Club or I don't know what else.
But for now, it is sponsored by Abiding Blue Productions
Yeah.
and BJ's Nail Designs.
There you
I can
go.
say that it's brought to you by those just to start with.
Mhm.
There you go.
Yeah,
Brought to you in part by
yeah,
viewers like you.
Yes.
Like viewers like us.
yeah.
But without the Muppets. No Muppets like on PBS.
Oh, that would be fun though.
Yeah. All right, we're coming up on 10 o'clock.
Yes.
What
Yeah,
are
we
some
are
of the
right
things that
there.
we
And
need to do?
Daisy has somewhere to be because we were going to be. So
Look at that
she's
face.
like, I am.
No, I did the way that you guys looked at me. This is me like, all right, let's wrap it up.
Yeah.
But if you guys want to chat for another half hour, I can just say
Oh,
goodbye to our
yeah.
adoring
Oh, I
viewers.
think we're pretty well done today.
Yeah.
This has been a good way to, other than the fact that hey, we had an hour of screwing around and no sound.
Yeah.
Yes.
Um,
Happens to the best of
Yeah.
us.
Yeah. this is you're not going to notice a bunch of changes to the show because we're still going to keep doing what we're doing, but you're going to be seeing changes to the overall network because you're going to see more stuff. And we're gonna push some new things.
Cool.
And of course, we're going to be supporting each other as we go along.
Mhm.
So
And you guys will be. I'll bring in the merch for you guys to wear every week.
There we go.
Now that I'm getting all this stuff printed finally. Yeah.
that's awesome.
That's great.
Some Abiding Blue merch, some Papa Blue merch, some Daisy Blue merch. It's gonna be crazy.
And
Stickers.
you might see some Enchantment Broadcasting merch at some point.
There we go.
Ooh,
Wouldn't it be great to be driving down the street and see a bumper sticker with our stuff on it?
that would be lovely. It says I honk for Enchantment Broadcasting.
Yeah.
Or I break for Enchantment Broadcasting.
Either way.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, we'll be doing a little bit of everything as we go along, and if you guys, you'll want to go over there and check on that. Don't try to search for Enchantment Broadcasting right now. The YouTube channel is up, but it has no content. So search for it all you want. You won't find it. I'll be putting a link up on this video very shortly. I'm going to move over a bunch of the content so that we have the roundtable shows from previous and a couple of other things, including Daisy's going to hate me for it, but we're moving our stand-up comedy over there.
No way.
Because it was
Disappropriation.
awesome.
It worked.
It was awesome, and you were amazing. I was passable, but you were funny as hell.
Nah, yours was funnier than mine.
Yeah.
I was so nervous.
Mine was inappropriate.
Oh.
There's a
to-
difference.
To catch you up, we did stand up. Randy recorded it, and now it forever haunts me.
Yeah.
Forever,
Yeah.
just forever. Yeah, it was on my bucket list. So
Cool.
Yeah.
there you go.
Hey, it's one of these cases you're no longer sitting there saying, well, I think it's probably like this to do stand-up comedy. You've done it, so you've got a little bit of a feel of what that's actually like. So that's a good thing to have under your belt.
It's just me standing up there going, right, guys? Whew, I wish I had my guitar. This is when I'd play a song, but I
Yeah.
don't. So, right,
She'd get real quiet.
guys?
She'd get real quiet, and she'd say poop, and then laugh, and say fart, and then laugh. No, that wasn't her
A
thing.
duck quack.
That quack,
That's wait.
butt quack.
I
You're,
forget.
you're close.
I forget how that joke goes.
Yeah.
What
What is a
What does
duck
a
have
duck-
feathers
over its butt quack?
to cover its butt quack?
Oh, that's why duck
Yeah.
has feathers.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. That's not our joke, but
That's
a
an alley
good-
cat
okay,
joke.
yeah.
Wow.
That's all I have to say about that. So
That's all I have to say about that.
nailed it.
Thank you so much for tuning in, and we're gonna go have some shrimp now. Play some ping pong.
Papa Blue next week.
Papa
There we
Blue
go.
next week. That's
We've
gonna be
decided
awesome.
it for him.
Yes.
Yes, he doesn't have a choice now. Every
Yeah.
woman in his life has decided it, so he doesn't
Yeah,
have a
pretty
choice.
much. Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, we'll be back here doing it again.
Yeah.
Um,
We'll have sound for the whole 2 hours.
yes, no matter what it takes.
Don't make promises you can't keep, DJ.
How much you want to bet that there's going to be a little video that comes up that'll get deleted before many people see it? That'll be a sound check to make sure everything's working right.
There we go.
That'll be nice. Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah, I did that last night. Everything was good, and I didn't think about doing it today. I figured,
Yeah.
oh, well, I got it working right. Everything's
Yeah.
plugged in perfectly. Nope.
Yeah, yeah, that's happened. Yeah, I've made that choice too. I've gone down that path before.
But yeah, tune in next week. We'll be back. The link will be up on the we'll list it up on the Radio New Mexico page, as well as the New Enchantment Radio page, which you guys will get invites to.
Mhm.
And we're just going to move forward.
That's right.
Excellent.
Yeah.
All right, kids.
All right. Well,
Thank
you guys,
very much, everyone. We'll
Yeah.
see you next week.
we'll see you next week. Everybody take care, be safe, and
Thank you.
go out and hear some music this weekend.
Yes. Go out.
There's plenty all over the place.
Indeed.
Yes.
And with,
And with that,
yeah, with that, we're going to say...
Okay, bye.
I committed to that before I should have.
That was too long.
It's way too long.